Hello, this is Molly Reamer with this week's Rituals of Returning mini video. This one is in our Sacred Sunday format, which means I attempt to share 3 things with you to inspire your week to come in hopefully a relatively short amount of time. And so the first thing I would like to start with is today's reading from 365 Days of Goddess. This book has passed the 2-year anniversary mark now, which I feel really good about. It's the more distance you have from a book that you've written, the more you actually can receive from it because you've kind of forgotten writing it basically. And this one's got a lot to offer, if I do say so myself. And I love just opening it back up and seeing what there is. It feels like a surprise. It feels like a gift when I open it back up, and it is good to check in with. So inviting you to take a deep breath, perhaps with a hand on your heart, and let yourself hear today's message. May you honor the between times in your life, the transitions, changes, choices, and not knowing places. May you also honor them in your day, the shifts between dawn and day, moonlight and sun, twilight and time, the place where light meets shadow and sky touches land, where the past reaches out into today. May you honor the between in which you feel lost or confused. May you trust the between in which you hunger for a connection to be just that, a space for connection. The way red pebbles look in the sun, the opportunity to drop your breath down into center, the pulse in your chest that whispers, I want more. The in-between moment of longing is the moment in which to become present once more, welcomed back to the home place you always carry within. The in-between moment of longing is the moment in which to become present once more. So an affirmation for you might be, I honor the between times in my life. I honor the between times in my life. Or even I listen to the between times in my life. And that could also be used as a journal prompt too. It could just be in between ... and then what you experience in between ... But a good reminder for us that moment of longing is a doorway. The moment of longing is an opportunity to connect. It's not a sign that you're doing something wrong. It's a doorway, a threshold of possibility, an invitation into connection. Okay, so that was the first thing. The second thing is I wanted to highlight the fact, that there's like special effects going on. I would like to highlight the fact that we have our super cute, if I do say so myself, little pollen path goddesses in the Etsy shop. These are our special edition goddesses for May. And if you are a member of the Goddess Magic community, which is probably where you're watching this video, you have probably heard me talking and reading poems about the pollen path or the path of pollen possibility. And so we were struck with inspiration to make these little pollen path belts for these goddesses with the little yellow bead and the little flower and the little bee on the side. I'm so excited about this. I will acknowledge that at the time I'm making this video, I don't have a belt wearing goddess finished to demo, so we actually have an experimental color here. This is the real color that we ended up with for our pollen path color. This is a slightly different variety that has red hearts in it, and so this is not actually the exact one you're gonna see in the shop, but she was modeling the belt for you. So color, belt, here they are. So really excited about those, and I hope they give you a little kiss of sweetness, a little taste of inspiration, a little dose of nourishment and encouragement as we continue to proceed through what has been really felt like a complex and emotionally ringing year. And so I hope these goddesses bring a little smile to your face as well. Oops, or they fall down. Anyway, the last thing I have to share with you today is a little series from our color recap deck for this month. And so basically, every week in the Goddess Magic community on Patreon, I do a divination video, a weekly ritual video, and then the patrons get that video, they get journal questions, they get little companion printable cards to color, etc. Then at the end of the week, the same video goes out to our newsletter list without the cards and without like the additional companion materials. But so everybody gets the video and then the patrons get some extra stuff. And at the end of the month, I put the collection of the cards together so the original version is these colorable cards. I don't really have one handy, but I have some I made into a little booklet. So they get these colorable cards. And I'm saying they when a lot of you are patrons already who are watching this. So thank you so much for being here, patrons. I very much value you. And you will find attached below your color set that I'm talking about right now. And so each month, I then take those black and white coloring cards and put them together into a little color deck to share as kind of an end of the month recap and review and an opportunity to deepen into the themes that we've explored the month before. The other nice thing about it is it makes this ongoing progressive oracle card deck. So I have a miniature version, and the patrons will find that attached below as well, the miniature version. And then I have these larger cards. And what I do is I use those as an oracle deck as the year continues to unfold. So the tiny ones I tuck into the pocket of my journal, and then I also use them as a daily inspiration oracle. I just choose 3 and I see what they have to say. They fall into 3 categories: quotes and questions, poems, and affirmations. So they fall into 3 categories. I don't split them into 3 categories in my own little bag where I carry them. I'll show you my little bag, my own little bag where I carry them. I don't split them into 3, and I don't make sure I choose 3. I don't make sure I chose 3 different ones. I just choose 3 and I see what I get. So sometimes I get 2 affirmations, sometimes I get 2 quotes, sometimes I get 3 prayers. To me, that's fine. You could subdivide them into 3 separate decks and then pick, like the daily practice deck, then you choose an affirmation, you choose a quote and question, and you choose a prayer. And it really is a really pretty fulfilling mix and match mini ritual, especially for a day where you're busy and you don't have a lot of time to create something from scratch. You can mix and match from that deck. So that's what this is about. We're creating this progressive, unfolding inspiration oracle card deck for the year, which can be further subdivided into 3 decks, which can be then used as a daily practice inspiration, mini ritual in a bag, if you will, type of thing. So I have 3. I just randomly sorted through and picked 3 for us for this week, for inspiration and an opportunity to reconsider. So if you've already heard me share these things, this is an opportunity to further deepen into them and to let yourself reconsider, because that's why I find the quotes and questions deck actually really helpful, because when I experience it the first time, or when I read it the first time, that's not always how I feel then the second time or the third time. So it's always kind of new, and you have a different feeling or a different relationship, or you see something else that you didn't see before. So the first one is this really powerful quote that I shared during one of our community practice lives. It comes from Jeff Foster in the book, The Way of Rest. And it was really appropriate to our Heal month with Aramid. We're now in the month of Flourish with Gaia, but they're still intimately connected with one another, intimately connected to one another. And this is a really powerful one. Stop trying to heal yourself, even awaken yourself. Stop trying to fast forward the movie of your life. Let go of letting go. Healing is not a destination. Be here. Your pain, your sorrow, your doubts, your longings, your fearful thoughts, they are not mistakes. They aren't asking to be healed. They are asking to be held. They are asking to be held here, now, lightly, in the loving, healing arms of present awareness. So you might ask yourself, a good journal companion question might be, what is asking to be held? What is asking to be held? Some other journal questions that are on the bottom of the card are, what kind of rest do I need? What is one step that would lead me closer? And then also, and this is connected to a different quote, in the absence of okay, what can I be? In the absence of okay, what can I be? And so that is an important one. And then the affirmation, I nourish myself. So in this month of flourishing, coming out of a month of healing, what do you need to nourish yourself? And can you keep coming back to that? I nourish myself. I know what kind of nourishment I need. I know what kind of nourishment I need. I nourish myself. And then our closing little prayer card. And this is a compilation prayer based on so at the end of every community practice live that I do and of the ritual videos that I do, I then assemble a prayer based on everything that I said during that 7 minutes or that 30 minutes or that 20 minutes. And I assemble it into a new compilation prayer that weaves the themes together. So sometimes pieces of the quotes are in there, sometimes the affirmations are in there, etc. So that's been really fun for me this year. So here we go, closing out this week's little ritual with this. And go ahead and allow your shoulders to soften. Take a deep breath, settle in, and invite yourself to receive. May you walk your path with courage and grace, knowing that every step is sacred. May your inner landscape be fertile ground for dreams to take root and wisdom to bloom. Blessed be your wandering spirit, brave enough to explore the unknown. May you trust the whispers of your body, the guidance of your dreams, the wisdom of your heart. Blessed be your journey of becoming. You are exactly where you need to be. May you find strength in uncertainty, compassion in your struggles, and magic in your unfolding. Blessed be your inner terrain, wild, mysterious, beautiful. Listen deeply, begin again. Trust yourself. You are whole, you are enough, you are magic. You are whole, you are enough, you are magic. So patrons, remember that if you look right below this video, you will find your whole little deck and miniature version as well. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being part of this community in whichever way you are capable of being part. You are valued and you are welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Keep living your magic, everybody. Bye-bye.